The decline of threads you just talked about, what do we have?
Yep, absolutely. So the decline of threads has been very interesting. Threads came out of nowhere, copying more or less the main features that Twitter had, and a lot of people were saying, this is the Twitter killer. But after having signed, I think it was almost 100 million people they signed, now the user data is reporting that usage has dropped 43% since July 7th. So that's quite interesting. What are your thoughts on that, Tom?
Wow, this is what I think. Look, controls, you know what? Control C, Control V is not a way. By the way, that's for you Windows people. It's different if the
Command.
different for the Mac. It's Command.
Yep.
But you know what? That is a bad way to make a product. That is a bad way. And we know what's going on here. It's like, this will be the Twitter killer. This will be this. I signed up. I found out that I moved all my Instagram contacts. I found out I couldn't stop it, that once it was going, that I couldn't turn it off. And then I found out that there's a bunch of features missing. I felt like I had an early alpha product, like what they would say, I love the books that I recommend, 0 to 1 and The Lean Startup. They're both a little different on concepts, but there's one of them that talks a lot about the MVP, the minimum viable product. And I just didn't feel like all the features were there. What did you think when you signed?
No, absolutely. I mean, I never even signed up for Threads, but
You're the guy then. There's one missing from my Instagram.
Yeah, that's me. I'm sorry, Tom. No, but I think the biggest thing for me with Threads was that it came out of nowhere. They're trying to copy Twitter, and it's pretty obvious. There's no other additional things where it's like, wow, this is cool. It's more just, hey, we're just copy pasting this. And what happens, in my opinion, is that depending on different platforms, you have different user behaviors and consumption. And then the challenge with that is when you just move people who are on Instagram, although it's a different app, you move them over, it doesn't necessarily mean that the content is going to correlate or that the followers are going to correlate, because depending on what platform you're on, you might be consuming different content. So it's not as simple as just shifting the audience over, because what the audience that cares to look at your beautiful lifestyle with pictures and stuff like that, they might not really care about something like your thoughts or your words and stuff like that. And just because you're skilled on one platform and you can communicate or articulate yourself via pictures, via videos or something like that, doesn't mean it's going to formulate over words.
No, totally. And so the premise that what Meta made was like, okay, this is what we're going to have. We are going to basically assume that your audience on Instagram, where maybe you're selling things or trading your lifestyle, is going to match the narrative audience that you have on Twitter, which is more of a news feed with opinion. At least that's what it is for me.
Yep.
I mean, I don't have pictures of the Biz Doc Babe or Bailey the golf girl or Brooke the soccer fiend. I don't have those. Actually, she's now the swimming fish. She's reminding me she's in 2 sports and swimming is number 1. So I got to get that right.
Swimming.
Brooker, I'm sorry. But, I don't put any of them up on Twitter, and I'm very selective about what I put on Instagram because they're my kids and they're minors. But it's very different. And so this was a study by SimilarWeb. So this is not our own research. We went out and dug into this. But what SimilarWeb is saying is that the traffic fell 43% from July 7th to now, and now is July 20th, July 21st tomorrow. So that's 2 weeks to really look at everything, not overnight stats, quick stats. That's real good sample run by a reputable company that says that's for Android, and they're also running it and currently processing now for iOS, but they're seeing similar numbers, but they're gonna get their numbers straight before they announce it. But this is enough to say, it showed up quick. Is it disappearing quick? We'll wait and find out, because we know it can't disappear completely because they don't let you delete it.